Today's topic of dialogue is the inner sciences of mind, and I have been asked to initiate the dialogue. I will try to as brief as possible so that everybody will able to participate. We, all the ordinary living beings, including human beings, are conditioned by external factors. We are not able to see the wholeness and live in the wholeness or feel the wholeness. So therefore we are always trying to divide the things in different portions. So similarly we divided inner and outer. So we here talking about inner science. Inner means something, not the whole, but it is a part of something. The wholeness is a composite of two substances, the mind and the matter. The mind and matter is the component of the wholeness of the universe. The mind has more individuality than the matter. Therefore, we call the mind, regarding around mind, is near to us. Therefore, we say it inner. Then science. Science is a new vocabulary which is the Western language have coined for certain way of knowing or a way of examination that we call science. But in the tradition also, things cannot be taken for granted, and there must not be a belief without knowing the things. To know the mind with one's own inquiry, to know the mind, one's own rational mind, not accepting something told by someone. So that's called the science of mind, to examine the mind properly. Mind is referring to a thing which has a potential to know, potential to inquire, potential to think, potential to analyze, or potential to concentrate. It has so many different potentials, which is the source of an individual, a person, as well as the wholeness of the universe. The Buddhist science of mind is so vast, so I am not able to introduce it in a very short spell of time. But what I am trying to do is to have just a glimpse of the basic information about mind. The basic function of mind can be categorized into three things: to understand, or to see, to experience, or to have the feeling, or to inquiry, or to analyze, to inquiry, or to analyze, or to examine the things, whether it is right or false. So these three are the very grossly we can say the mind has three different kind of function. We can broadly categorize the mind into two groups. The first group is perceiving mind, and the second group is conceiving mind. Perceiving and conceiving. The five sensory mind is perceiving mind, that is depend on the sensory organs. As long as your sensory organs are okay, then you can perceive the objects of that particular sensory mind, and that is dealing directly with the reality of the matter. But the perceiving mind at our level does not have capacity to think or to analyze, just to see or just to hear. For example, our eye consciousness to see a color, and it is direct touch with the color. The time is all the same. The color as it is the outside, our eye consciousness see that color, and there's no mistake. What color is just reflect to the eye organ, and that is recognized by the eye consciousness, and that deals with the reality of the matter, so that just perceive as it is, and there's no mistake. When the eye consciousness sees the color, it sends a message to the conceiving mind. The message is the image of the color. The image of color goes to the conceiving mind. Then the conceiving mind does not have direct touch to the color, but it's touching to the image of the color. When you shut your eye, still you have the image in your mind. And the direct perception of the color does not know, the eye consciousness does not know the name of the color. It can't say it is white or blue or yellow. Neither it differentiates good or bad, beauty or ugly. All these are not the function of the perceiving mind, but perceiving mind sends the image to the conceiving mind. Then conceiving mind says, this is a color, this is a white, it's a beautiful, it's ugly, I want it, I don't want it. All this goes with the conceiving mind, and the conceiving mind is the dealing with the image of the color, and then it goes unending thought process. So this is how we live with the matter through our conceiving mind. It can image many things to a singular reality of which have been touched by the perceiving mind. The conceiving mind is generally, in the modern philosophers use the vocabulary thought. It is called thought process. Thought is limited, thought is conditioned. So thought means not touching to the reality of the outside matter, but it is only dealing with the image which is sent by the perceiving mind. So therefore, the thought is into 2 or 3 categories: the positive, the negative, or the neutral. So it is according to different culture, different religion, different way of life. There are many beliefs and kind of orthodox feeling with that process of thought, which makes all kind of division and differences which comes out of the thought process. The entire different spiritual traditions are directed to get freedom from the conditioning and get a purity of a thought process and a union of the perceiving mind and conceiving mind together, by which all the negative emotions can be removed and have a kind of universal consciousness which is in nature of compassionate. This is my brief submission of the how the Buddhists look to the mind, and now I will stop here